What if your loved one isn't in denial, but their brain literally won't let them understand they're sick? That may sound impossible, but for many with dementia, it's not denial. It's a neurological condition that steals not just memory, but awareness. And understanding why they don't believe anything is wrong can change everything about how you respond. Hi, I'm 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃. My wife Sonia was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in January 2020 at the age of 65. I've seen too many caregivers suffer physically, emotionally, and mentally, oftentimes more than the loved ones they care for. I was determined not to let this disease take me down, and I found a way to cope. Now I help other caregivers do the same. If you've ever told your loved one they may have dementia and been met with anger, confusion, or flat-out rejection, you're not alone. This is one of the most painful and frustrating experiences caregivers face. You're dealing with appointments, medications, daily safety concerns, and an emotional roller coaster. And meanwhile, the person you're caring for insists, "I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with me." Many caregivers assume their loved one is in denial, but here's the shocking truth. It's not denial. It's a condition called anosognosia. There's a good word of the day. Anosognosia is a neurological symptom that prevents someone from being aware of their own illness. It's common in many forms of dementia, including Alzheimer's, and it's completely different from denial, which is a psychological defense mechanism. Let's make the distinction clear. Denial is when someone subconsciously avoids accepting a hard truth. It's emotional and often temporary. Anosognosia is when someone literally lacks the brain function to recognize their deficits. It's neurological and persistent. Imagine someone having a stroke and losing feeling in their left side, but they're convinced their arm still moves just fine. That's anosognosia in action. And in dementia, the same mechanism applies to memory loss, reasoning issues, and changes in behavior. So, what does this mean for you as a caregiver? It means your loved one isn't lying, they're not being stubborn or manipulative, they truly can't see what you see. And once you accept that, you can stop trying to argue, debate, or force them to understand. You'll find far more peace and much less conflict. Every person's experience with dementia is different, but some common signs of anosognosia include insisting nothing is wrong, even after repeated mistakes or dangerous behavior, blaming others for problems. For example, "You keep losing my keys." Getting angry or withdrawn when you suggest they see a doctor. Believing they can still drive, cook, or handle finances when they clearly can't. To you, the issues may be painfully obvious, but to them, everything feels normal, and the resistance can feel like rejection, especially when you're trying so hard to help. As a caregiver, it can feel like a slap in the face. You're sacrificing your time, your energy, your health, and they snap at you for interfering. It's easy to feel unappreciated, even unloved. But remember this, they're not mad at you. They're confused and scared. When reality no longer lines up with their inner world, defensiveness is the only tool they have left. That's why compassion is your superpower. It's not about being a pushover. It's about recognizing what's really going on and shifting how you respond. Here's what not to do. Knowing your loved one has anosognosia helps you avoid some common mistakes. Don't argue or correct. Telling them they forgot something or that they're confused usually backfires. Don't insist on the truth. Even gentle reminders can feel like attacks if they contradict their version of reality. Don't expect insight to come later. Anosognosia doesn't usually improve and often gets worse with disease progression. Instead of confrontation, think connection. Here are better ways to communicate when your loved one doesn't believe they have dementia. Validate their emotions. I hear that this is frustrating for you. Use non-confrontational redirection. Let's do this together. Instead of "you need help," focus on what works, not what's true. You don't need to win the argument. You need to keep them safe and emotionally regulated. Let go of the need for acknowledgement. Your validation may not come from them. It may come from within or from others walking the same path. When my wife Sonia was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at age 65, I expected denial at first, but as the months went by, I realized something deeper was happening. I'd remind her of an appointment, and she'd say, "Why are you treating me like a child?" When I told her we'd been to that same neurologist 3 times, she looked stunned. I've never seen that man in my life. It wasn't just forgetfulness. She truly believed nothing was wrong. And no amount of reminding or rational explanation changed that. I finally learned to stop explaining and start connecting. It wasn't easy, but it gave both of us peace. Here's a final thought. Let understanding replace frustration. You can't argue someone out of a condition their brain won't let them see, but you can create safety, you can protect dignity, and you can find moments of connection that don't depend on shared memory, but on shared humanity. So next time your loved one says, "I'm fine," take a breath. They may not believe they're sick, but you don't have to carry that pain alone. If you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or like you're losing yourself in caregiving, you're not alone. That's exactly why I created Caregiver Mastery, a step-by-step roadmap designed to help you manage stress, anger, and burnout so you can care for your loved one without sacrificing yourself in the process. Inside, you'll learn how to say yes to yourself without guilt, reduce overwhelm, and find peace, even during the hardest moments. I call this place Heaven Island, a mindset of calm and clarity where you can care for your loved one without losing yourself. And just so you know, this isn't some giant time-consuming program. I didn't create it to add more to your plate. I created it to lift the weight off your shoulders. The lessons are short and practical, and if you apply what I teach in just minutes a day, I guarantee you'll start to feel a real difference in 2 or 3 weeks. Click the link below or visit caregivermasterycourse.com to get started today. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. I post caregiver support videos every Monday and Thursday. And if this message resonated with you, share it using the hashtag #CaregiverMastery so other caregivers can find the support they need too. You're not alone in this. Let's do this together.